Hello Internet. What better way to spend the night when it's 1 o'clock in the morning, if not fixing this 4070 Ti that someone had tried to violate. Got a bend here, we got a bend here. The whole thing looks like it was used as a sled, and the power connector was ripped off. Never ever seen anything like this before, so let's go ahead and dive in. See what kind of goodies we're gonna find inside. Okay, so this is what we have here. Let's go ahead and spread these pins here so that they're not short, so we can get some kind of reading whether or not we have a problem. Okay, looks like no problem here. Okay, this is probably 5 volt for the LEDs. I don't know. This here, have no idea. No short here. 3.3. This is probably PEX. PEX looks good. And this is probably memory. Memory is looking okay. So my guess is that this here is probably 1.8 or 1.2. This is 1.2. 1.8 is going to be originating somewhere else, but we can measure it at the chip. Right here. I think. Or we can... Oh, here. Never mind. I think 1.8 is here. Yes, I think it's here. So it's originating by, generated by this little tiny buck converter there. So it's somewhat hidden. So poke myself. No, we're not bleeding. And one more. Okay, 5 volt main is here. 3, 4, almost 5K. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's check the data lines. So this one's reading. This one's reading. On the back, this one is reading, this one's also reading. Clock. This one's PEX reset. And PEX reset is reading. Okay. Well, I can't really power the card now because I don't have the power connector. So I gotta figure out which of the two power connectors are going to work for this particular card, because there are two different types of power connectors for these cards. One is oriented one way, the other one is oriented the other way, basically, as you can see here, and so their pinout is obviously not reversible. So I guess it's gonna be this one here, right there, because if I were to put this one here, it would be pointing down. See, like this. I mean, it's not gonna work. So this is the one I'm gonna have to go with. So let's go ahead and clean up the connector, get all these pins cleaned out, and install a new connector, and then we'll try to see if we can boot the card or power it on and see what we're missing, see what we have, and take it from there. Alright, there we have it. Connector is now replaced, or placed rather. It wasn't there. So let's see what the card does. I gotta wipe the fingers here because these are dirty. Probably pull this card out of the trash can and send it over to me to turn it into a candy. Yeah, everybody's expecting it, and almost everybody gets it. So they keep on expecting it. It's all good. Alright, let's see what we have. Do we have pecs? Yes. Which means we probably have everything else, including memory. Okay. But we're not going to celebrate too soon because the card has been abused and the power connector ripped off is probably just the tip of the iceberg, who knows. If it posts, I would be super happy. It would be an easy repair. It would be nice, is all I'm trying to say. Alright. Plug it in. Power on. And I'll still have to fix the cooler. That front plate of the cooler is kind of bent a little bit. Especially for the IL. Oh my god. Look at this. It actually posted. Holy cow. Okay. Shut down. Now that's incredible. Who would have thought that I would be able to fix this thing just by replacing a power connector? I tell you that it is not me. I did not think that I would fix it just by replacing a power connector. But I did. So, nice. I guess a special blessing today for me for being a good boy. Or trying to be a good boy. Don't try to be a good boy. Good boys suffer the most. You want to be a good boy, your life's gonna suck. Alright, so before I put this thing together, I already did put it together a little bit. I'm gonna actually start putting it together. I need to get that front end of the cooler somewhat fixed. And also, am I doing this wrong? Yes. I was doing it wrong. Alright, so let's screw the board to the back plate. And the back plate doesn't bother me very much. It's a little bit not perfect, but it's okay. It's Zotac. They don't mind. Alright, let's see. So it looks okay. I don't see a reason to complain unless you really start looking for one. But here, this is where I want to be super careful. So this is not as simple. Let me vacuum this out a little bit. In case you haven't noticed, yes. In case you have noticed, yes, I activate the vacuum under my table with just the press of a button. There's a foot pedal. I press the foot pedal and basically that's how I clean it. So I need to get this thing here bent back so that it would stay at 90 degrees. However, I am running a risk of ripping this off of the cooler. So how do I go about doing this? It's a very good question. So I'm gonna start cheating a little bit here, and I will try to pry it against itself rather than prying it up against the heatsink. So luckily we have these holes, so I will be prying it off of this edge here, and I will also counter pull on the plier, so that way, so I'm twisting the pliers this way and I'm pushing the screwdriver this way, so that way two forces go the opposite direction, and I'm I'm controlling it so that I do not apply excessive force in either direction. And it looks like we got it out straight. Clean that up. I think we even have good pads in here, so I'm not gonna bother with pads. We're gonna run bench test, see how the temperatures hold up. I'm sure they're gonna be okay. If needed, we'll put new pads on here. Alright, I think we're done here. So let's go on with the, get on with the testing. Everything's looking straight, or a lot more straight than it was. Still looks a little beat up on the housing here, but hopefully everything works. Hopefully the fans were not affected. So let's plug it in, run some tests, and give the customer good news. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this was interesting. Goodbye.